What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I titled this episode "Let Me Rage in Peace" for a reason, because every time when I play a video game, and I get mad at it, people be trying to try to tell me why I shouldn't be mad at the game. So, for an example, let's say if I were to play FIFA, right? I make this video talking about how this game is trash, say that it sucks, it's a horrible game. There's always that one person that's a big fan of the game that feels like that they need to comment on one of my videos. Or let's say if I was live streaming, right? And they write into the stream talking about, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. This game is actually good. I actually like it. Thinking that that's going to make me change my mind about the current events of what's happening. I don't care if you like the game. That don't mean nothing to me. It's about what I like and what I don't like. And I know right now I do not like this game. Period. So that's when people when they come at me like that and they're just like, oh, I gotta defend this game. I gotta talk good on it and stuff. I don't care how you feel about the game. That don't mean nothing to me. But this is something that's been happening to me for years now, surprisingly. And I'm like, man, people just don't understand the comedy side to a person when they're raging. There's so many YouTubers that I watch where if they have their legit reasons on why they're raging on the game, even if it's like my all-time favorite game, right? It could be games like Destiny. It could be games like Forza. What other games? So many other different games out there that I can name off. Call of Duty. I mean, there's a lot of games that people be raging on. And one game where I'm like, I rage on that game. I have no love for that game, but I love watching videos on it and other people playing the game. But it's NBA 2K. Now, I've watched throughout the years. I've watched so many YouTubers rise through the ranks with raging videos. I've seen YouTubers like El Presador, FaZe Jev, Cash Nasty. There's this one guy that's been blowing up a lot recently named I Show Speed, Flight Reacts, myself. Literally, there's so many people that have rise through the ranks with rage videos. So what I don't understand is that when somebody watches, there's that one person that watches the videos and they feel like that the rage isn't justified. I'm like, do you play video games? Okay, if you've played video games, is there a game out there that has made you upset? No? Okay, well, play a game that makes you upset. Then you come back and talk to me and tell me how you feel at the end of your adventure with that game that made you rage. But please, do not come to me and try to tell me how to rage or what to rage at and what not to rage at. I'm going to rage regardless, okay, when playing a game. But anyways, it all goes back to when I had posted this video of myself. There's a few games I posted back in the day that I was playing. And there was one game I do remember where people was getting on me. And I think it was when I don't think that game had, no, that's what it was. It was out on PlayStation at the time. But there's this old war game called War Thunder. And I remember I played, so here's my backstory on that game. I played that game a lot on PC. So I was used to the mouse and keyboard, but I grew up my whole life playing on controllers and stuff. So I'm like, oh, well then this game should be amazing on PlayStation. It wasn't. It wasn't. I still have people till this day. So I posted a video, and that video, it's like one of my most disliked videos on my gaming channel. But I posted this video saying don't play War Thunder on PS4. So many people was getting on me about that video. So many people. And I'm like, you guys don't understand the concept of an angry gamer or a person that's raging. If I were to see that video, I would just laugh about it. But I'm not going to get offended over the fact that this person doesn't disrespect it. Like I said, I've seen people rage on games that I love playing on the regular. Let's say the one game, Mario Kart. Everybody loves Mario Kart. All right, everybody loves Mario Kart, but there's people out there that plays that game in the same way I feel about 2K. That's how they feel about Mario Kart. But if they play that game and they throwing controllers, getting mad, saying that this is the worst game of all time, I love that. I find that type of stuff funny. I'm like, my thing is when I can watch a video like that, all right, watch a video like that and comment, or if I'm doing a reaction video and be cracking up laughing throughout the video, at the end of the day, that's why a person posts a video. They're not posting the video so they can hear your opinion about a game, and this person done raged and done got all angry at the game. Do you really think at the end of the day, like, imagine if you just got mad at something, right? And then there's somebody there's always a person there trying to justify why you shouldn't be mad at something. You can't even get mad anymore at things. People like that, just stay away from me. I would rather, my thing is what feels better, and that will, honestly, I think that will make me, like, less angry at the situation, is when I hear people laughing. So when I'm getting mad at a video game, that's one thing, that's the one reason why I play Call of Duty till this day, is because there's been friends of mine where we played Call of Duty, right? And I'm like a coach when I play Call of Duty. I'm yelling at people. I'm yelling at myself. I'm throwing controllers. I'm losing my mind when I'm playing Call of Duty, right? But I love that game, right? I love it. It's a good game. But back in the day in high school, that's the one reason why I always would stay up in the middle of the night playing that game with my friends, was because I love entertaining people at the end of the day. That's like the main thing that I love doing, is entertaining people. So if me raging entertains my friends, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to give them guys a show tonight. And I'm just going to start going crazy. Now, why is that a problem? And I'm like, that's why I never understood with that War Thunder game. But there's even been other games where I played. Oh, there's the one game called Warface Breakout. And I played that game not too long ago, and people was getting on me for raging in that game. And I'm like, I can't even get mad at games now. Like, this is stupid, bro. Like, you guys, man, go watch, like, Angry Gamers, because I've been watching people like that for years on YouTube. So that's why I'm like, I don't think twice of it when I get mad at video games. I'm like, other people get mad at the same game. So yeah, I'm like, it trips me out when people, they get on me about raging on video games. And I'm like, that's something where I'm like, I've never had to face with my friends. Like, every time when we played games, they always would laugh. And that's one thing where I'm like, when I hear them guys cracking up laughing, then it causes me to laugh. So I'm not even like mad anymore at that point. I'm like, it's like some like reverse happiness. Does that make any sense? I don't think that makes any sense. But y'all know what I'm saying, right? Like, angry, like you're taking a road where you know it ain't a good road, but it's gonna lead to it's gonna have a good ending and stuff. So that's how I overall see like my rage. Like, it ain't gonna be good, but I know at the end of it, I'm gonna have myself a good laugh and things, because I'm saying some stuff that's funny. I'm making memories and stuff. So that's what I see when I'm posting videos of myself raging on video games. But I'm like, man, even when I've like played 2K and people like they've tried to tell me that 2K is good, I'm like, no, it is not. Like, you're telling the wrong person that game is good. Like, there's no way possible you can convince me that 2K is a good game. It is not. Period. Now I'm like, that's just some like, off-topic stuff. 2K is not good. Okay, now that's some type of stuff I will argue with a person with, because I'm like, okay, if the game was good, why, when was the last time they had a 5-star rating on that game? Like, if we're going to talk on that real quick, when was the last time they had a 5-star rating? So I'm like, okay, point proven. I'm like, and I don't want people to sit there and say, oh, well, it's not possible for a game to get 5 stars. Correction, it is. There's multiple games out there with 5-star ratings. I'm like, 2K is just a trash game. That's why they've never had a 5-star rating. So if they did, it was like a 2K from like back in the day, when it was like the first of its kind. But other than that, like 2K now, bruh, no. I'm like, y'all can't tell me that game is a 5-star game now. It's a negative 5-star game. But so anyway, so no, that's what had happened today. So I'm live streaming and I'm playing Apex Legends, because it was so actually, no, I wanted to just take the time real quick to shout out my friend Yunin. So she's a streamer too, and she's been playing a crap ton of Apex Legends. Good at it too. I would definitely recommend y'all go check her out. She has a really good Twitch channel, from her to her mods to everybody else in chat to the stream, like all around good stream. But she's been playing a lot of Apex Legends, so it inspired me to play a lot of Apex Legends. So that's what I did. I was playing it, but then at the same time, I was like, I didn't really want to play the game no more because I kept getting bad teammates. I honestly, I kept getting bad teammates. It was bad teammates left and right, and I'm like, fam, I can't play this if it's gonna be like I play arenas, bad teammates. I play trios, bad teammates. I try to play trios again. One teammate left before the game even started, so it was just the two of us, and we ended up getting ambushed and killed. I'm like, fam, but it was fun though. I was like, I enjoyed myself. But anyways, so I'm playing the game, and what had happened? So there was like the guys was underneath us, and so I jumped down. I'm shooting at them, trying to kill them and stuff. But I ended up getting killed or knocked down. Well, killed myself eventually and things. But anyways, so I'm going off because I'm like, hey yo, why is my teammate still up there? Like, what's up with that? This was the first time ever somebody has ever said, I'm like, and this is something where I'm like, I know that this has happened to me before. This is the first time somebody has ever defended this or said something about this. But when I was raging about that, when I was going off about that, how they were still up there like not doing nothing and things, the guy was like, he comments on my stream talking about, well, maybe they can't hear. I'm like, what? Because it threw me off. So when he said that, it threw me off. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean they can't hear? And then he's all like, oh, well, what if they're deaf or something? Or like they got a disability. And my thing is like, well, actually, so no, it didn't get to that yet. So I think when he originally said that, I was like, well, then they need to plug in their microphone or do something to where they can't hear the game. Then that's when he goes on to say that they're deaf. And I think I might have said something along the lines like, well, maybe they shouldn't have been playing the game or something. Like, I was mad at the time. So of course I'm like, okay, if deaf people or people with disabilities want to play video games, play them. I'm like, but at the time being, I'm mad. I'm angry. Like, I'm not allowed to get mad at the game. So the guy was really trying to like flip it on me and things, saying that, oh, I'm the one that's bad at the game and stuff. I wasn't even having that. I'm all like, you know what? I don't know who made you upset today, but it's like, I think that's a bad idea when you're mad and then you're trying to trying to talk to somebody else that's mad, but you still got this attitude for what? And I'm like, bruh, have I said anything to you? Did I do anything? No. I'm like, so my thing is like, look, I'm like, I don't understand, what's going on right here. But I'm like, I told dude, I was like, nah, keep it moving. I'm like, I'm not here for that. I'm not here to be arguing with people about video games and stuff. I'm like, just let me rage in peace. I'm not here for that. And he still was trying to argue with me over the fact, I'm like, man, get out of here. So I banned him. I banned him from my stream. And I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like, I don't join nobody's stream trying to argue. If the person's raging, clip it and make a compilation video out of it. But don't argue with a person about what they're raging on and stuff. And I'm like, and my thing is like, okay, if they're deaf, and I'm like, and I wasn't even, because at the time I was angry. So I was like, maybe if I was a little less angry and stuff, why can't they invest in a hearing aid? Usually, deaf people that can't hear, usually buys, okay, or acquires, I don't know where, but they get a hearing aid when they can't hear stuff. That's like when they can't halfway see, they get glasses. When they can't walk, they get a wheelchair. When, I don't know, or when they can't reach for stuff, they get one of those little grabber things. There's ways to help your disabilities. I'm like, my thing is like, you trying to tell me to think about, oh, well, what if they can't hear? Well, there's solutions, okay? I'm like, there's solutions. So I'm like, bruh, that was dumb. I was like, that person, whoever that person was, I'm like, yeah, they had created another account. I'm like, they just kept getting banned because I'm like, nah, obviously, you on a different mental level where it's like, it's a little slow. So I ain't gonna hold that against you and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, it's stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know if that was like a hater. They were just trying to, trying to make a video out of me or something. I think that's probably what was happening and stuff. But I'm like, it's gonna be a quick video if they do make one on me, because I'm like, bruh, I was literally playing a game, getting mad. Like, I'm not allowed to get mad at video games. I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, before you make any videos, you go out and tell the YouTubers that I named off, like this iShowSpeed guy, Cash Nasty, El Presador, who else? Flight. You tell all those people, everybody that posts his rage videos, or even Pakuli, or them people that be in them rage compilations, you tell them that. You tell them that they shouldn't be getting mad at games because, oh, the person might not be able to hear. Or here's this excuse on why the person's not playing the game correctly. Or here's this excuse on why the person's playing the game differently. I'm like, yeah, you go out and you tell all those people that's raging on video games, and you see if they trying to hear that at the time of them being mad. But I'm like, until then, yeah, I'm like, that type of stuff, man. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that was a hater just joining the stream trying to get a reaction out of me or what. But I'm like, bruh, no, I'm not here for that. I'm not streaming to hear you try to defend a person for whatever reason. I'm like, man, that was just, yeah, that was dumb. I was like, that was some dumb stuff. I was thinking on that while I was recording the video and started thinking of that. And I was like, yeah, let me talk about this real quick on my podcast, because I'm like, hey, yo, if I'm raging on the game, don't try to like tell me. And there's even been other times where that's happened, and I'm like, or you know, like on streams and then other videos that I can't really like think of or remember, but I'm like, I know it's happened, but I'm like, hey, yo, just let me rage. Just let me rage. I'm like, if I can't rage, I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm just gonna plug the microphone and I won't say, I'll just rage. I'm like, but no, I'm like, I shouldn't be obligated to do some stuff like that. I should be able to just rage in peace. I should just be able to just rage and that's it. You know, like at the end of the day, like I would think that would be some sort of comedy towards people. But I'm like, if not, then I'm like, well, dang, like, what do you find entertaining? Because I don't understand that. I'm like, I'm not even allowed to rage in a video game no more. I'm like, nah, get out of here with that. I'm gonna rage whenever I feel like raging on the video game. So even when I would play the one game, The Division, on stream, and then I remember there was this one guy, he was always trying to tell me like, oh, well, you gotta play the game, like, you gotta do this, you gotta play it. Just let me be mad, bro. Dang. Like, people always want to, like, try to come up with an excuse or come up with some reason on why you shouldn't. No, just let me be mad. Put laughing emojis in the chat or something. Just say something else besides your explanation on why the game, you know, needs to be played in this way, or why I shouldn't be feeling like this or whatever. I'm like, bruh, I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that at all. So I'm like, man, people, keep your comments to yourself if it's gonna be comments like that where it's trying to like tell me why I shouldn't be mad. I'm like, man, get out of here with that. But anyways, yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at TMossBoss. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 32 YouTube channels. If you've noticed, I haven't been posting on my main channels because I currently have a strike, so I can't post right now. But after this week, this up and coming week, I should be able to post, or maybe by the time this episode comes out, I might already be posting. I don't know, but actually not. Hey, I might be. I don't know. But anyways, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.